The gem crafting system in Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is pretty confusing and intimidating when you first start off. It's not the most straightforward in its explanations. However, if you understand the goal of gem crafting and exactly what to do, it's a lot easier, and it's actually a lot easier than it looks. It's pretty simple, and that's what this video is all about, trying to simplify the gem crafting process for beginners. So the goal to gem crafting, what you're trying to do as best as possible, is reach either heat or mega heat. Now I'm going to explain what those are in just a little bit. So this video is more geared towards beginners and intermediate players alike. If you've never reached heat during your gem crafting, then you're going to be a beginner, whereas mega heat is going to be used for more of the intermediate players to like lower level advanced players. Before we get too deep into everything here, I want to mention that Shulk does have a skill that you can learn called Fever Pitch. You can equip this to your party members through the skill links, and this is going to help out with gem crafting pretty significantly. The bare bones premise to gem crafting, the general process, is that you're going to first select some crystals or maybe some cylinders. After that, you'll select your shooter and your engineer. After that, the crafting begins, and you just simply spectate. You just watch, wait for it to finish. While the gem crafting is happening, if one of your qualities reaches a strength of over 200%, you'll create a gem that is one rank above the crystals that you used to craft it. So let's just quickly give an example because it's much easier to show rather than explain through words. Let's use rank 2 materials that have a quality of agility up. If agility up reaches a strength of 200%, we will receive a rank 3 agility up gem. You'll notice that the agility down didn't hit 100%, it was left at 73, and for that we get to claim a cylinder. We can use that just like we would any other craft material. Now if it hit 100, then it would have turned into an agility down gem level 2. And as we just saw, if it hit 200% strength, we would have got a level 3 agility down gem. Mega heat, on the other hand, is a little bit more advanced. It does the same thing as heat, but you're going to need 300%. What happens if you get 300% during the crafting is that you'll get 2 of that gem. So for instance, in the example that we just gave earlier, if we're going to use rank 2 crafting materials and we go through the crafting process and the strength of that quality, agility up, reached 300, then we would receive 2 gems that were rank 3. So we get 2 rank 3 agility up gems. So first, let's talk about how to reach heat, because that's more on the beginner side, whereas mega heat is more advanced. We're going to take things kind of slow so I can explain everything you need to know in order to reach heat pretty consistently. You're first going to need to understand crystals, qualities, and strength. Now, crystals are pretty simple. You're going to pick these up from various ether deposits or just drops from random enemies that you take out. Now, each crystal has a different quality to it, something like agility up, and oftentimes there's going to be multiple qualities. So you'll have a crystal that has something like agility up, aerial cloak, or agility down, all at the same time in that same one crystal. Each quality has a strength attached to it. So here you'll see that, for instance, agility up has 90% strength, whereas aerial cloak has 88% and quick step has 87%. To obtain heat, like we've gone over, you need to reach a strength of 200%. So what you'll do is pick out materials that are going to focus on a specific quality that you want to get 200 strength with. We want to get this strength as close to 200% as possible. That way, when the gem crafting actually takes place, we have a higher chance of the quality actually reaching the strength of 200%. So now that we've gone over how to understand what crafting materials and what crystals to use, let's talk about the shooter and engineer. As a shooter, each party member is going to offer unique bonuses. Now, this is more advanced and not really too necessary when you're just trying to obtain heat, so I'm not going to go over it too much. But to give an example, Ryan, as a shooter, he gives a bonus to the strong flame, meaning that when there's a strong flame, you'll gain more strength to your qualities that way. The engineer is pretty similar. They're going to give specific bonuses to specific types of flames. Again, it's not too incredibly important for this example. Here's what is important in regard to picking out your shooter and engineer. Affinity. The better affinity that you have between your shooter and your engineer, the more turns that you're going to get to craft. In the beginning of the game, this is very likely going to be Ryan and Shulk. They're going to be having the best affinity with each other. With a higher affinity, you're going to get more turns to craft, meaning that you're going to get more turns to be able to build the strength of the specific quality that you want in order to reach that 200% mark to hit heat. And that's pretty much everything that you need to understand in order to be relatively successful at gem crafting. The process in hitting mega heat is different than hitting heat. The goal shifts to, instead of hitting 200% strength with one specific quality, now we're looking to create cylinders. And in order to do that, we're looking to create a strength of a specific quality that is as close to 99% as we can. This takes a little bit more time, is a little bit more nuanced with the shooter and engineer. The point of the matter is that you're looking to create two cylinders that are pretty close to 99, somewhere between 85 to 95. Once you have two cylinders that are fairly high in quality in that 85 to 95 range, I would suggest, highly suggest, save, equip Shulk's Fever Pitch skill to anybody that you can, and go ahead and gem craft. If you didn't hit 300%, no worries, you can go ahead and just reload your save, then try again. And if you did hit 300%, then congratulations, what are you even listening to me for? You did it. Good job. You got 2 of the gem that you wanted.
Nice one.
So that's it. That is how you gem craft in Xenoblade Chronicles with a decent amount of success. I'm hoping this was able to help you out. If it did, please, by all means, throw a comment down there. Leave me a like. I really appreciate it.
Hey, this ain't bad. This ain't bad at all.